Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Z. I'm from South Africa. I work and live here in China. I make content surrounding my life as an English foreign teacher, and I upload every Tuesday. So if you are interested in my content, make sure that you subscribe and you click the bell notification so that you get a notification every time that I post a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, hi, thank you so much for coming back. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. So this video is for those people who will be going through interviews as well as getting new jobs. The focus is more on people who will be doing this for the first time. So I'll be giving you guys tips and tricks on interviews as well as on making introduction videos. So if you don't know, if you are looking for a job here in China, the first thing that you do is send through your CV. So you have to update your CV, send through your CV to the recruiter or to the school, as well as your introduction video. So if you have watched my previous video where I was giving an update on my life, you would know that I have been going through interviews. And so if you haven't watched that video, I'll make sure to link it up here in the information card as well as on the description box. So basically, I have been going through interviews. There is no wrong or right way to make the introduction video, but the bottom line is the schools want to hear how you pronounce words. They want to hear your accent. They want to know if you have like a clear accent, or you have an American accent, or you have a British accent. From your introduction video, that is where your school decides if they want to grant you an opportunity at an interview or not. So it is very important for you to make a good introduction video. You need to put effort in how you look and how you like present yourself in terms of your hair, your makeup, and how you dressed up. So I know that Chinese people don't like showing their arms and their chest area. So my recruiter at the time advised me that I wear something that is covering around my chest area as well as my arms. So I would also advise you guys to do that, because you don't want to be taking introduction videos 100 times trying to fix small mistakes. Just make sure that you're covered up, you look nice, you look presentable. Whether you want to put makeup on or not, it's up to you. It's really up to you. There's like no right or wrong way of doing it, but as long as you look nice and presentable, like that's the bottom line. Let us get on tips now. So my first tip would be have a white background on your videos. It is important to have a white background because the person who's watching a video will be focused on what you are saying fully. If there's a lot going on your background, instead of listening to what you're saying, they'll be looking at what is going on in the background. So it's advisable to have a clear background, actually have a white background, so that it can just make the video pop. You look nicer even on the white background. Number 2, you need to speak slowly and clearly. So if the person who's viewing the video is unable to understand you, is unable to hear you, the probability is that the child or the adults that will be teaching is most likely not to be able to hear you as well. So you need to speak clearly and slowly so that they can understand you. Even myself, sometimes I struggle with speaking slowly and clearly. I have taught myself, like in class when I teach, I don't speak like this. I don't speak like, hi, I'm Z, I'm from South Africa, this is this and that and that. No, I don't speak like this, but instead I go like, hi, my name is Z, I'm from South Africa, and I teach English. This is how I speak when I'm in class. So on your introduction videos, try and speak slowly and clearly so that it's going to be easy for the person watching the video to understand you, which will imply that it will be easy for a child that will be teaching or for an adult that will be teaching to understand you and to hear you clearly. Number 3, avoid background noise. You want to be the only one on the video speaking. You want to be the only one who's standing out. You want the person who's listening to the video to hear you. You want them to be focused on what you are saying, not on other people speaking at the background. Number 4 is the length of the video. So usually the video is between 30 seconds to a minute. You can go a little bit over a minute, but you know, the important thing is to have all the important information on the video, because essentially they're just trying to hear your accent as well as how you pronounce words. Also, you are providing them with your CV, which means that they can just go to your CV and check for any information that they require about you. And the last one, have all the information on your video, like the important information, like where you're from, your qualifications, your job experience, and why you want to come to China, or why you like teaching, or why you like kids, information like that. Just have that kind of information on your video. Okay, now let us move on to CVs. You need to update your CV and you need to remove unimportant information, like you need to substitute your ID number with your passport number. Instead of having your ID number, just put your passport number, because essentially that is what you'll be using all the time when you're here. I'll try and put my CV here so that you can see what mine looks like. Obviously, I'll remove the information, like my personal information, but I'll just show you how it looks. Now, let us get to interviews. So if you don't know, I have been going through interviews because I am getting a new job and all of that. So I do have a little bit of experience with the interviews, but I'm not an expert when it comes to it as well. So take this with a grain of salt and then just do you. Interviews are mainly done online. However, there are instances where you'll be asked to have an in-person interview, which is very rare. I've had it was not an interview, but I had like a demo lesson. I was asked to come to a school to teach a class. That was some sort of an interview for me, because essentially on interviews they ask you things that relates to how you handle a class, how you teach, and things like that. So that was somehow an interview, but most times interviews are on WeChat or are on Skype or Zoom sometimes. The interviews that I've had in the past few weeks were around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the school. But sometimes the school will just be like, oh, I'll just tell you about the school, then I'll tell you about myself, and then you can tell me about you. Okay, so they just tell me, would say, oh, this is the school, the name of the school, where it's at, the school's values, what the school is about, how long the school has been in existence, things around the school. And then they'll tell me about themselves. Like the interviewer will tell me about themselves, be like, oh, my name is so and so, this is my position in the school, this is what I do, things around that. And then they'll ask you to tell them about yourself. This is where you just tell them a little bit about yourself, your qualifications, your teaching experience, things of that sort. So interviews sometimes can be very easy. Sometimes they'll just ask you very easy questions so that they can get to know you, so that they can hear your accent as well as how you pronounce words. Other times when I had interviews, they'll give me questions that are scenario based. So they will just give me a scenario and ask me how I would handle the situation. And I think with that, they're trying to see how you would handle things and how you think. I don't know, people, I don't know. But that is what happened with me. Like they would ask me questions based on the scenario. And sometimes they'll ask you like real questions, like, like how questions are in South Africa when you go for an interview. It's like an interview is an interview. It's very rare here to find questions like that, but it happens sometimes. Let me just read you some of the questions that I was asked on my interviews. The first one here is, how do you deal with different children's behavior in class? For example, they're going up and down during the lesson or playing and talking during the lesson. So how would you handle that situation? That is one of the questions that I got. So the second question I have here is, would you be able to interact with parents? I find this question to be a bit offside-ish, because like how do you interact with parents, because most times parents can't speak English. Like there's a barrier there. How am I supposed to be? If the parent can speak English, then we can interact, but if the parent cannot speak English, then there's that. So this question is a bit off. Another one was, are you a hands-on person? But these questions were not asked straight as I have written them. They would like use a scenario sometimes or things like that. So I just simplified it and just put it into like question form so that I can be able to give it to you guys. This one is, how do you separate private life from work life? Which is a usual question that we get every day in interviews. So so it's important for them to know that you will not be bringing your personal problems to work. How do you handle information being communicated to you late? I remember when they asked me this, they made a scenario of, so let's say there's a project that they have to carry out, but they forgot to tell you on time. Now they're coming to you very late, telling you about the project. So how would you respond to? My answer was, I will still continue and like do what I'm supposed to do, but I would need more time. Like you cannot be giving me work to do that needs an hour to be finished and you're giving me 10 minutes to finish it up and expecting good work. If you want me to wing it, I will wing it, but I don't want to wing it, so give me time. Another question was about teaching strategies. If you did your TEFL certificate, or if you did a postgrad certificate in education, or even if you did your degree in education, you will know about teaching strategies. So it's just the normal stuff, teaching strategies. I will link my introduction video so that you can see an example of how an introduction video should be like. I was hoping I'll be able to link my introduction video at the end of this video, as well as my friend's introduction video, so that you guys can get a feel of how different introduction videos can be. However, they still serve the same purpose. However, I was not able to get hold of it, and yeah, I don't know. I'll still try and talk to her. If she agrees, I'll link it. If she is not very comfortable with that, then there'll only be my introduction video at the end. These are my tips and tricks on how to do your intro video, as well as how to handle your interviews. So yeah, do leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. If you have more tips, make sure to leave them down below. I would love to hear about it. As well as don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. We are finally on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are excited. Woo! Yeah, we are excited. On our way to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. If you know anyone who might be interested in my content, make sure to share my videos with them, share my channel with them, tell them to subscribe. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you all so much. Bye. Hello, my name is Zeemlabs, but you can call me Teacher Z. I'm from South Africa. I'm from a very small city in South Africa called Richards Bay. I hold a bachelor's degree in commerce, a TOEFL certificate, 120 hours, and a postgraduate certificate in education. Right now, I am here in China. I have been here for almost 12 months now. In my spare time, I like to read storybooks and I love to travel. I have loved China. I have loved the culture here. I have loved the people and the food. Thank you so much for watching my introduction video, and I hope to hear from you very soon. Bye-bye.